Over the course of time, our great nation has seen the effects, the low, and the unyielding turns between the two. In hours of great despair and moments of great hope, our country can come together and rebuild itself out of the ashes that have absorbed us today. Our nation is plagued by economic crisis, environmental scares, and the sheer fear of the future's problems. These issues are not irreversible. We will overcome and rise above the ashes. It was my sense of altruism and willingness to guide this country onto a path of bright prosperity that the fire and crisis we once knew will be in the past in those history books that sit back on the shelves today. It's not about free liberty or new America. It's about coming together as one nation and rising above the ashes, finding hope that was once forgotten, and making the future a healthier and safer place. I can bring our nation out of the darkness. All it takes is a little faith. The earth is our home. Some people forget that. But I stand here today to say that global warming is a serious threat to our home. It shouldn't just fall on the individual to take a stand and ride a bike. The government needs to stand up as well. The simple fact of the matter is that the greenhouse gas emissions are affecting climate change. The Environmental Defense Fund says that 200 million people around the world could be displaced by intense droughts, sea level rise, and flooding by the year 2080. To lose 200 million people in 70 years over a treatable issue isn't just terrible, it's careless. As a part of the government, I will fix the issue by using federal dollars to spend at local levels, creating transportation with fuel-efficient buses and vehicles. Global warming is not going to disappear underneath the rocks. We can no longer act like it's a figment of our imagination. Today, we must stand as a great nation and say that global warming will destroy our home if we do not change. Not only will our home be threatened, but the home of every living creature on the planet will be threatened as well. The National Wildlife Federation has stated that global warming is the single biggest threat to wildlife today. We have invested billions of dollars into national parks to protect the wildlife. But all will be for naught if global warming isn't stopped. Businesses and industries, including auto manufacturers, must find means to limit pollution output. If that means that there is one less Jaguar sitting on a car lot and one more Jaguar alive in the world, then it's a sacrifice that I believe needs to be made. Sometimes the lives of animals can be forgotten, but in the case of global warming, they must never be forgotten. In addition to global warming, drilling in national parks has caused a threat to wildlife. This needs to be stopped. National parks should not be used for commercial profit. The money we have spent to protect the wildlife cannot be frivolously ushered by a need for oil. I would like to believe that the lives and habitats of animals weigh more to the American people than the benefits of oil. The Environmental Protection Agency needs to strengthen its power and punish the corporations that pollute and threaten wildlife. Our earth is our home. We should treat it as such. There is a legislation known as the Clear Skies Initiative. It will establish federally enforceable emissions limits for three pollutants: sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxide, and mercury. While this is a great effort to reduce global warming, it is not enough. The first problem with the Clear Skies Act is that it fails to put a cap on carbon dioxide emissions, the leading cause of global warming. Instead, mercury has a cap, which is good, except that even in the small contents it's dangerous. So mercury emissions are limited, but factors are still emitting them in small quantities, endangering the lives of others. Power plants cause the majority of the air pollution that 170 million people breathe. The Clear Skies Initiative does not do enough in targeting this pollution. Therefore, as a part of the government, I will make sure that in addition to the Clear Skies Act, other efforts are used to protect the earth and stop global warming. While global warming poses a threat, we also need to take heed of the technology in the future. We should not fear science. Some people prematurely determine cloning as unnatural without knowing the raw facts.